There is something I need to admit today, and it's not easy to say. For a long time, I saw your smile, your patience, and your determination, but I never stopped to ask how much it was costing you. I thought you could handle everything because you always did. What I failed to realize was that even the strongest hearts become tired when they carry too much for too long. When your voice sounded heavier, and when your eyes carried a sadness you never spoke about, instead of paying attention, I convinced myself that things were fine. I told myself you were just having a bad day, or that you would eventually feel better. The truth is that I didn't want to face what was really happening. You carried so much of this connection on your shoulders. You were the one who kept reaching out when distance appeared between us. You were the one who kept trying to understand me when I couldn't even understand myself. You continued showing up with love, patience, and hope, even during moments when I gave you very little in return. What hurts me now is realizing how alone you must have felt. You were fighting battles I couldn't see, carrying emotions I didn't understand, and holding on to us while I was taking your strength for granted. I thought your loyalty meant you would always stay. I thought your love would always be there, no matter how little effort I gave back. The hardest lesson I've learned is that love doesn't disappear all at once. Sometimes it slowly becomes exhausted. Sometimes a person keeps giving until there is simply nothing left to give. That's what I think happened to you. You weren't weak. You weren't giving up. You were just tired of carrying a weight that was never meant to belong to you alone. I remember times when you needed reassurance, and I responded with silence. At the time, I didn't realize how much those small moments mattered. Now I understand that every unanswered need, every missed opportunity, and every emotional absence slowly added to the burden you were already carrying. You deserved someone who noticed your pain before it became unbearable. You deserved someone who stepped in and shared the weight, instead of watching you struggle beneath it. You deserved support, comfort, and consistency. Instead, I left you carrying responsibilities that should have belonged to both of us. When I think about everything now, I realize that your strength was never permission for me to do less. Your strength was a gift. It was something beautiful that should have been appreciated and protected. Instead, I became comfortable with it. I assumed you would always find a way to keep going, no matter how much pressure was placed on your heart. The painful reality is that I didn't truly understand your exhaustion until I felt your absence. It wasn't until the connection started fading that I realized how much effort you had been making all along. Suddenly, I could see everything clearly. I could see the sacrifices, the patience, and the emotional labor that I had overlooked for far too long. Now I find myself wishing I had paid attention sooner. I wish I had listened more carefully. I wish I had asked how you were really feeling instead of assuming everything was okay. Most of all, I wish I had made you feel supported during the moments when you felt most alone. If I could go back, I would tell you that you didn't have to be strong every single day. I would tell you that it was okay to rest, okay to be vulnerable, and okay to let someone help carry the burden. I would remind you that love is supposed to feel shared, not one-sided, but I can't change the past. All I can do now is acknowledge the truth. The truth is that you carried more than you should have. The truth is that I saw pieces of your struggle and failed to understand the full picture. And the truth is that by the time I finally understood how tired you were, the damage had already been done. Today, I simply want you to know that I see it now. I see the effort you made. I see the sacrifices you gave. I see the weight you carried for both of us. And I finally understand that sometimes people don't walk away because they stop loving. Sometimes they walk away because they're exhausted from carrying everything alone. For that, I am truly sorry.